I brought my seedlings, a couple different things. This one is zucchini. These are some little peppers. Looks like these are the California Wonder bell peppers. So I have those ready to go. I have my baked dirt, my sterilized dirt. I did this a couple days ago, so it has cooled down, obviously. But it's nice and powdery now. So to start, what I do, I have these solo cups. So they're just small little, looks like they're 9-ounce solo cups. So I'm starting with those. Adjust this a little bit so you can see me. There we go. So I'm taking those and a pair of scissors, fairly sharp scissors. Where'd that dog go? Hey, Hauser, get over here. And these cups have little grooves on the bottoms. So you can see right here. And I'm taking the scissor and I'm just snapping that corner off. So see that? And it puts a little hole in it. So that hole is going to let the water drain out if you water it from the top, but the best way to water them is from the bottom. So setting them inside of like a baking dish, something like that, fill the baking dish with water, the plant will then soak it up from the bottom. That's the best way. I do it both ways. I'll fill it up and then let it soak up from the bottom as it dries out. But yeah, that's what I do to start, and then I'm writing whatever the plant is on the outside of the cup with a paint marker. So this one's already marked, it's already cut. So I'll go on ahead, get a decent scoop of dirt and pack it down. Handy dandy spoon here, nothing fancy. And I'll make a little hole about the size of what my seedling roots and all will be, because you don't want to disturb the seedling roots. That's usually how you end up killing them, is disturbing them, breaking them off, and they just don't thrive from there. So I make a nice little hole right like that. And then I'll take my spoon, really see it, scoop out my plant, pop it down in there, rake some dirt back up around the base of the plant, and there you have it. So I will back up and show you a couple views from the top so you can completely see what I'm doing, but I'll just do that. I'll take it back in, set it on my pan under the grow light. I'll water it. I just use plain water until they start getting their true leaves. Now, true leaves are like this. So this is a tomato plant here. And you can see it's seedling leaves right here. They're kind of plain. They don't show you what the plant is really. Now these leaves here, you can actually tell that is a tomato plant. So once they start getting those leaves is whenever you can actually start using fertilizer, and the plant will be utilizing the fertilizer. Otherwise, before that, the plant doesn't really do much with the fertilizer. So now that these guys have their true leaves, I'm actually going to separate them out. I have about 3 per cup. I'm going to separate them out so they don't get root bound or tangled up, and put them in separate containers. But for right now, I'm going to finish up these egg carton plants real quick. So one other thing I wanted to show you real quick. I know these cups are fairly large for a tiny seedling like that, so you can do some plants, a couple, 3-4 plants per cup. Now all that I do with that is kind of same process, but obviously I'm not going to use a spoon because I'm going to separate each seedling out by the roots. There's a goat climbing on the tractor out there. I'm going to separate them by the roots and actually plant them fairly far apart inside the cup, just so that as they get bigger, their roots aren't going to get tangled up. And there again, whenever I go to transplant them, whether it's into a bigger pot or to the garden directly, I'm not disturbing that root system as much. So all I do is pack the dirt down, as so, and then I'll take an ink pen or just my finger and poke a small little hole down in there, just big enough to fit the seedling in. I'll do that all the way around. And this is kind of hard to do with one hand. Usually I hold the cup and use a Sharpie. A Sharpie is the perfect size to stick down in there, kind of wobble it around so it packs the dirt, and then drop your seedling in. So I'll show you that here. So instead of disturbing the roots, like I said, you don't want to try to pull these up directly. You want to loosen this dirt up. So I'll take this out and just real lightly separate the plant. So you see this one has a small little root system going on, so you really don't want to disturb that too much. So I'll drop it down into one of my little holes here. And same thing with this guy. This one has a really small root system. Drop him down in there. And then just kind of fill that hole in very lightly, because you don't want to bend or break the plant itself, because then you're pretty much starting from square one and have to do new seeds. But same thing. Got that down in there. Now I'll go set this under the plant light and I'll water it and watch it grow.